what is the first thing that I recommend people do? And that's to learn to work with the white bubble of light. The white bubble of light is probably the most common protection that you will hear of across the spiritual community. This idea that you imagine yourself in an impenetrable white bubble of light, a white bubble that cannot be broken into, cannot be permeated. It is a protective shield. Everything bounces off of it. The only thing allowed in is you and your energy. And you can imagine this white bubble of light, and it is one of the first steps to protecting yourselves, one of the basic visualizations. Now, all you do is throughout your day, if it helps, you can center yourself, breathing in deeply, once through the nose, out through the mouth. And just doing that 3 times, breathing in deeply 3 times to center yourself. As if you haven't watched the meditations, I talk about that often. Just 3 times is a good, quick way to get yourself centered and some energy flowing through you. And then you can just imagine in your mind this white bubble of energy, just this big white dome of energy, and golden too. You can do white, you can do golden source light if you wish. Some people prefer one or the other. I actually do both. I layer them. So to start, whichever color suits you intuitively, you can do a white bubble or golden. I recommend layering them, which we'll get into in another video too. But just imagine that surrounding you. Imagine it surrounding you completely. You're in the center of the bubble. So if you're in the center of the bubble, you've got a couple feet above you before the bubble starts, a couple feet below you out to the sides. And like if you put your, I would say if you put your arms to the side, they are still inside the bubble. So you could do this with your arms going down to the side up to the top if you want a distance. Some people have asked me about distance before. It's just about imagining it in your mind with you in the center of it. But if you did that and you wanted to visualize the room and visualize it around you, you could kind of stretch your arms out to see how big is the bubble and go a couple feet out from the tips of your fingers and make a big bubble of light. Imagine that in your mind. That's it. That's one of the basic protections that you'll start out with, is just imagining that bubble of light, visualizing it, going throughout your day and visualizing it. Now, one of the questions people often have is, how long do I do it? How often do I do it? Those types of things. Do it all day long. Do it until it becomes automatic. It should be automatic so that when you think about it, I've been doing this for years. When I think about it, it's just a matter of like, yep, it's still active, and just putting energy into it every once in a while. But for those of you who are starting out, do it before your meditations. Before every meditation you do, take a few seconds, imagine a white bubble of light. It just takes a few seconds. Just imagine that white bubble of light, see that energy, believe in that energy, and know it's there. Throughout your day, check in with it. If you're driving in your car and it comes to mind, just check in and be like, you and your car surrounded in a white bubble of light. At the office, check in. 2-3 seconds, surrounded in a white bubble of light. At the grocery store, check in. Surround yourself with a white bubble of light. Do it often. Repeat it. The more you repeat it, the more you build the energy. The more you build the automatic response of having it around you, the idea that the energy just grows and grows and grows because you're focusing on it more. You are the creator, and you are creating this with your energy. We can create things with our energy, and you are creating a real bubble of energy, an energetic shield to protect yourself. So do that. Create that energetic shield throughout the day, as you're walking, when you're in the office, when you're driving the car, riding the bus, whenever it is. Do it before meditations and spiritual work. Try to do your protections before those moments. But that's all there is to it, is visualizing the white bubble of light. Now, if you can't visualize, here's a trick. If you can't visualize, this is something I'll talk about more in future videos too. It's okay. Some people have trouble visualizing things in their mind. They need to see it. They have trouble. I've talked to a couple clients and a couple others where, for those of you who don't understand this, they talk about it being like just darkness. Like unless they see it, it's just darkness. They have trouble truly imagining things. So if that's you, just draw a representation of you on a piece of paper, like a stick figure. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Draw a representation of you. Simple stick figure will do. Take your pen and draw a bubble around it. And then just say, this is a white bubble of light protecting me. This is a white bubble of light protecting me. And say that 3 times and just circle it at least 3 times, but sit there for a few seconds circling it and just saying words of that fashion, that this is a white bubble of light protecting me. I'm surrounded by an impenetrable white bubble of light, or something of that manner, and just keep circling it. That is one way you can do it without visualizing in your mind. So if you are one of those people who has trouble with that, do a quick sketch. That's it. So that's your first protection. Practice it as often as possible, and we'll get on to the next one, which is color shielding. Thank you for watching. I love you all, and I'm grateful for all of you.